Good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started now. There's still some people trickling in, but we'll go ahead and let them in. I'd like to welcome you all to the meeting. We have with us Edith Gonzalez with Goldstar Foods, and she's going to be giving us some tips on how to do our inventory management and some reports through Goldstar. And so this meeting is being recorded, and we will go ahead and post it on the CMP training portal following this, and so you guys can go back and reference it as needed. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to Edith.
Hi, everyone. My name is Edith Gonzalez. I am the USDA Food Program Manager at Gold Star for Idaho, Oregon, and South Carolina currently. I have been with Gold Star for 4.5 years now. Um, I know I've worked with many of you personally, and I hope that this training is very helpful, especially to all those new incoming directors. I know that this will be helpful in being able to manage your inventory. And I know many of you have had questions about just some of the different pieces that we're going to be covering today. Let me go. So today's agenda, we're going to be going over your 60-day dwell time. We're going to be covering three different online reports, and we're going to be touching base on your advertisements. So your 60-day dwell time, all inventory must be placed on order within 60 days of arrival. Inventory should not sit in warehouse longer than 60 days. You will be able to utilize your reports to be able to identify when your items have hit their 60-day dwell time. And it will be within the reports that I covered today. So let me go ahead and start with our first step. There's a first step that you receive a notice of arrival. So here it is. So this is what your notice of arrival looks like. It's just an email notification letting you know that you have items that have been received in warehouse that have been allocated to you and are available in warehouse. And everyone should be getting this if you have been selected as your main point of contact. And we can add multiple users to be able to receive the notice of arrival. If you have any users that you want to add to be able to receive the notice of arrival, you can send me a message directly, so we can get you guys set up. So we're going into your Goldstar dashboard. So this is what the main dashboard looks like. You have your order management, your program compliance, and then your advertisements. You have to have selected to be able to receive advertisements. If you do not see your advertisements on your main dashboard, please as well let me know that you need access to the advertisements. And you'll also be able to see your inventory reports down here. And then everyone should be able to see your reports. The only one you might not have access is advertisements if you had not requested to receive access to advertisements. So today we are going to be covering your advertisements and then your reports. So please make sure you have access to both. So the first report I'm going to be covering today is your USDA Lab Inventory Report. So as you can see, this report will help you identify quantities and items on hand. The report will list your item number, your 5000 series, which is our Gold Star number. It'll also have your manufacturing item number, which is an item you'll see in WBSCM. It's our USDA item code. You'll also see the description of that item, your quantity on hand, so how many cases you currently have on hand in warehouse, quantity on order, so the amount of cases you've placed on order, and then the total quantity available. So it would just be quantity on hand minus quantity on order will give you your true case count available to place on order. And so this report will be useful for you to identify what you have on hand and what quantities you have remaining to place on order. And then all of these reports can be printed or exported into an Excel version or PDF if you would prefer PDF. So everything is exportable for you. So the next report I want to cover is your USDA on request. So this report shows all inventory that you will have incoming for school year 25-26. So the report will give an expected delivery date for all items arriving into your warehouse for school year 25-26. So this report
Yeah.
will allow you to prepare for the whole school year, identifying the expected receive dates for all items and quantities you have incoming.
About the same amount of
We'll
time.
also be able to identify when your short shelf life items, your 60-day dwell items arrive throughout the school year. So as you can tell for this, you'll be able to see same your USDA item number, your Goldstar item number. You'll be able to tell your sales order number. So this is the same sales order number you are tracking if you are looking in WBSCM for your requisition status report. It's the exact same sales order number. You'll be able to see the quantity you have incoming for the school year, and then the due date is the expected delivery date. And so please take in mind that the expected delivery date is truly an expected delivery date. It's dependent upon the vendor to schedule the appointment in warehouse. So once that appointment has been scheduled and confirmed, you'll be able to see it arrive. And then the next report I'm going to be covering is your inventory by lot. So the inventory by lot will state the date, the lot number came in, and the dwell storage begin date. So this is where you'll be able to see your 60-day dwell time. So the first thing you'll see on here is same item number as our Goldstar, the manufacturing item number. You'll see the description of that item and then the sales order number. It's the same as your WBSCM sales order number. You'll be able to see the date that it was received into a warehouse and then when you start to accumulate your 60-day dwell time. So your turkey breast sliced, your full 10 quantities should be placed on order and delivered before 12:01. And so for this one, I'll show the first example. So you had an original of 10 cases arrive and you have 8 remaining. So it means that 2 cases have already been placed on order. So you only have a full 8 case quantity to be placed on order remaining. Same for your pulled pork. You had 20 cases arrive in August 26th, and you have 10 cases on order because only 10 cases remain to be placed on order. I'm going to be moving on to advertisements now. So if you don't have access or don't see your advertisements on your main Goldstar dashboard, please let me know so I can get this set up so you have access to be able to see advertisements. So the all ads, as you can see on here, is a header that'll give you all current ads available. And just to give you a background, advertisements is where you will be able to claim inventory from other RAs or the state, or where you will be able to post any items you are trying to surrender. And then the My Ads, if you click down, you'll be able to see My Ads. My Ads are those items that you have placed on advertisements. If you select My Requests, it'll give you the items you have requested to receive in from any other RA or from the state. And so for this example, the current type of advertisement listed are pending on order. If you can tell right here under the type, you'll see only pending on order. So this means that you have items, you have requested items that have not arrived in warehouse and will arrive. And then as you can see, the quantity listed on here is a negative amount, which just means that all quantities have already been requested by RAs. So these quantities will be depleted once they arrive in warehouse. will have been depleted because they have been requested already by other RAs. So currently, pending on order just means this item has not arrived, but will arrive for school year 25-26. If you're seeing a negative amount, it means that full quantities have already been requested by RAs. And so I'm going to walk you through some of the steps to be able to request an item. So if you go into your advertisements, the first step you'll need to select, if you're looking at all ads, will be request for the item you are trying to request. Second step will be entering in the quantity you are trying to request, selecting preview, and then selecting submit. You will only have it be processed until this has been submitted. So if you do not go through the proper steps, you will not be able to submit a proper advertisement. And then so now posting an item up for grabs. So if you are looking at your live inventory or either your USDA on request report and you are seeing that you have items that you will not be able to utilize for school year 25-26, you can go ahead and post an item for another RA to claim. Keep in mind, you do have access to be able to see every single item and every quantity you are receiving for the school year. So I would take full advantage of looking at your live inventory and your USDA on request report to be able to identify ahead of time if you have items that you know you will not be able to use. So step one would be to select new advertisement. Step two will be to identify if either your item that you are trying to post is in storage or pending on order. Just a reminder, in storage means it has already arrived and is available in warehouse. Pending on order means it'll arrive for school year 25-26, just has not arrived yet. And then step three, we'll just need to hit select for the item you are requesting to place on ads. You'll need to enter the quantity that you are trying to surrender. And then just keep in mind until items have been requested by another school district, your items will remain in your inventory. So even though you post them in the advertisements, your items will not be removed until they have been requested by another RA to be received in. And then you'll just hit submit. Once you have hit submit, this ad has been fully posted. And you'll also be able to, if you want to go back and see that this has been fully submitted, you would just need to go back into, let me go back into that screen so you can see it. Onto your main screen for the advertisement list and hit all ads. Once you select all ads, you'll be able to see the posting that you just submitted. Or you can also go to My Ads and you'll see that it's been posted. That's the item that you've selected to be posted. So thank you, everyone. I know this was a short just recap. I want to go ahead and make sure that if you have any questions, you're able to go through anything that you're needing assistance with or anything that you didn't understand, whether that be your 60-day dwell time, your reports, or any of your advertisements. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask now. Or if you want to write them in the chat.
Okay. I was going to say, Edith, can you see the chat box? There's uh, a question. How does allocation and cost work when you're requesting items from the advertisements board?
So let me go back to the chat because I can't see what's in there, Kat. I may have to end share screen and be able to see it. Can you read it one more time, Sean? Sorry, I'm not able to see the chat.
Yeah, here, I changed the settings, so let me see. So everyone should be able to see the chat box now. But it says, how does allocation and cost work when you are requesting items from the advertisement board?
Okay, so that's entitlement related to
Mhm.
entitlement. So if you are releasing an item, you are also releasing your entitlement with that. Whoever claims that item and quantity, if they have entitlement will be used from their portion to be able to utilize. So yes, you are releasing entitlement of that item when you are surrendering items, and when you are claiming, you are using your entitlement monies.
Okay, there's another question. My expected receive date was moved from 10/31 to 11/30 for my ground beef, but that date still has not been updated on my USDA on request. How many days does it take to show the updated date?
Um, you'll be able to see it within a few minutes of it being updated by myself. I know that was completed the beginning of this week, so you should already see it be posted on your USDN request. And if you don't, please let me know for what school district so I can verify.
Okay, here's another one. I am new this year and curious about how to use favors. My kitchen manager takes care of the orders from Goldstar, but we haven't used our funds for favors. And I can take answer part of that question. If you do have money that's allocated towards favors, you can go into your favors account and request those items. And I will send you the whole guide. That there's a online ordering guide that goes through the steps on how to go ahead and place your orders. So let me make a note to send that to you. And then we have another one. It says American Heritage Charter School. My date is not updated.
I'll look at that one.
And Laura, what school are you with?
Hi, I'm from Wilder School
Oh,
District.
perfect.
Thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome. Thank you. And then we have another one. I am also new. What is Favors? And Favors is the DoD Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Program, where we have some of your entitlement can go towards your DoD, and you can order fresh fruits and vegetables for your um, district. But that food that you have to have an allocation of funding of your entitlement put into Favors in order to do that. Okay, we have I am also new and don't understand the entitlement balances. Um, every year, the state receives funding based on the number of school lunches served the previous year. And that money is then allocated to each district based on your number of lunches. And when we go through the ordering process, which is roughly from January to March, you will place your orders for your trucks based on the entitlement you have. The entitlement numbers go up and down based upon the price of food. When we're putting in the initial orders in the beginning of the year, it's all an estimate. The prices aren't firm until they have been actually purchased by AMS. And for example, ground beef went up $1 a pound from when we did our initial orders to where they were actually purchased. So as your entitlement and trucks get canceled or the cost changes as things are purchases, your entitlement will go up and down. And then we have a question, where does it go if you request to take items from other schools?
So on the main dashboard, if you are requesting items, you'll be able to see it. Let me share my screen again. And then let me know if you can see the screen up now.
I can see is this the thank you. It's the last screen of your.
Okay. Let me scroll. Okay. So my request will let you know the items that you have requested to receive in, if you've requested to receive them in. So it would be under my request. And then my ads are those that you are posting. So any items you are trying to surrender. And then all ads, you'll be able to see everyone's posted advertisements.
Edith, I think the question that they're probably referring to is like, where do they see once it's being transferred? And that would be the live.
If they're
Yeah.
asking where you see it once it's been transferred into your account, yes, you'll see it in your USDA Live inventory report. So it'll be our first report that we covered. It'll be the USDA Live.
And there's another question here. It says, I am also new to all this. On the main page, it says there is a remaining balance. Is that money we have to spend, or how does that work? Are you referring to your Goldstar?
To this, if you're looking at entitlement balances.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So for your process, so it divides it up into your different segments. So your DOG is technically for your favors, your direct delivery is just your brown boxed items, and then your processed is anything that you have an unprocessed product for, which would be any of your pounds if you requested pounds here. Um, any remaining balances are remaining true remaining balances. The only one that I complete once a month, and I don't do it on a weekly basis, would be your DOD, so your favors. So this amount might vary just because it's not updated every week. I know you're making purchases multiple times during the month. I only update it once a month.
But thank you. I think that's all the questions that we've had so far.
I had a quick question on the on request report. Has that been updated for items that will not be coming in that were canceled loads?
Yeah, so your USD on request report, and let me just show you, it's this one. So on this report, so it shows everything incoming for school year 25-26. As they're being canceled, they're being removed.
Okay,
So
perfect.
as we start to find out dates of if they're being canceled, then you won't be able to see it in your USDA on request report any longer. If we have a pending item that we're either pending from USDA, if they're moving an expected date, if it's being canceled, it'll remain on here until it's been canceled by USDA.
Okay, and I guess this next question's for Sean, on the strawberry cups. So the ones that are on there, we are still getting, we're just not getting a load that was previous to this or after this, correct?
Yes, they canceled the strawberry, so we're substituting those with the peach cups, and we're going to put those when those come in. Edith will put them on the notify those that purchase the strawberry cups, and you'll have first right to them. And anything left over, then we'll put on the advertisement board.
Okay, so the strawberries that are now listed on mine to come in January are not coming in. We're
Right.
just waiting for the peaches to replace that.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. And
perfect.
I don't think USDA has canceled those strawberry cups. They've told us that there was a
Gotcha.
shortfall, but and the same with the flour. They said they're working on it, but with their reduced staff, I'm not sure how quick those are coming through.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Hmm. And then Pocatello says they're not seeing their entitlement balances on their dashboard.
Okay, perfect. I'll have you set for that.
And then I have another one on the USDA on request report. Is the due date the date Goldstar receives it or the date we need to take it?
So your USD on request, if you're looking at your due date, get this. This due date is just an expected delivery date into warehouse. The one you're trying to look at, if you're looking at your 60-day dwell time, is going to be your USD inventory by lot. So this will help you identify your dwell storage. So it'll give you the date it was received in warehouse, and your dwell storage begin date is the day it hits your 60-day dwell time.
Okay. All right. And then Cottonwood also doesn't see their entitlement balances. And then we had a question on will the strawberry buckets still be coming in? And it's the frozen strawberry cups that we had the shortfall with, and those will not be coming in, but the bulk should still be good. Think that's everything so far. Oh, have you had any updates on the flower? Oh, on the webinar this morning, I announced it, but we did get notified that the trucks will be canceled due to the explosion. There were three trucks that vendor is affecting, so all three of those trucks will be canceled. We do have another truck scheduled for later in the year, and that has not been purchased yet. So hopefully AMS will bid it and we'll get a purchase and at least get that truck. Madison is also not showing entitlement balances.
Okay, perfect. As soon as I get off this call, I'll go ahead and add those three school districts so you're able to see it.
All right, I think that's all we have now. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to email myself or Edith, and we'd be happy to get back with you. And as I said earlier, we will record this by the time we get it processed. It might take a week, but we will put it on the main cover of the CMP training portal. So you won't have to register. It'll just be a link to the training, and we'll also put a copy of the PowerPoint slides there also as well.
And thank you everyone for joining. I hope this was useful to everyone, especially everyone. I'm seeing the chat and there's a few new RAs in there. So hopefully it was helpful to them, especially and to all those newcomers.
Yes, thank you very much. All righty.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.